my story is a little different than some. When I was a kid, my mother used to have my brother and I sing all over the place, and my brother was primarily what we would now call a lead singer. I, therefore, was forced to harmonize, and little did I know that I was singing tenor. Well, then later on, we started doing a trio with my dad. He liked to sing the tenor part. Unknown to me, I was singing baritone. And because I was filling in the notes that nobody else was taking. And so that became kind of my basis in harmony. And so when I went to college, I went to ag school, and there were 4 guys singing in a quartet that they had put together for a church, for impromptu services that we had on campus. And so they did mostly religious. Well, 2 of them were living off campus, happened to be living in the basement of a fellow who was an ex-barbershopper. The chapter had folded, but he still had a bunch of barbershop music. And so he said, why don't you guys try some of this? So they were doing that. I didn't know that. One day we were walking to chemistry class, and we happened to be talking about it, and they said, one of the guys said, well, do you know Ain't She Sweet? I said, oh, I think I know that song. The lead switched to tenor, and I sang the lead, and as Bob Johnson used to say, you always remember the first quartet you ever sang in, who was with you, what part they sang, and what song you sang. And that's exactly my situation. It was almost the end of the year. Before the next year was over, they had asked me to sing in the quartet. And for the rest of the 3 years, for the next 3 years, we were the College Kings. Singing for when groups would come on campus, outside groups, we would get the job. And entertain at banquets. This was at that time, the Ontario Agricultural College, which was a college of the University of Toronto, now the University of Guelph in Ontario. And so we were getting 25 and 50 bucks to sing, and we thought we had the world by the tail, and called ourselves the College Kings, and just had a blast. Got out of school. It was almost 10 years before I got back into, because in those days, no internet. How do you find a chapter?
Right.
You know? And so that was kind of where I got into barbershop in the first place.
Oh.